Okay, so this will be part two. For those of you on Twitch, I actually did switch up, the worlds back to the plain, flat world that I've been building the islands on, at least an island on so far. This will be the continuation of that. I'm going to continue building upon that island, and for this, this specific part, we will be doing the beach and the rest of the rest of the island, the inland, or part that's in lately the jungle, basically. So, yeah. Alright. Say hello to everyone real quick. Make sure chat is working on both sides. There we go. Right. Yep, there's the chat. Pop up twice, I think, on my end. I'm not too sure. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we'll be starting soon. Quite soon, we'll be starting very soon. And for that goal, remember it's 1,000 likes, and I'll show off the poster. Like my series poster, and 80 views on both YouTube and Twitch, or at least one or the other. I will show off the map that I'm basically building inspiration from. It's the map for my series, my book series, which I'll be animating eventually. Either way, that goal is specifically the two goals. One specifically for YouTube, and one is for YouTube and or Twitch. So remember, if we hit 80 views, yes, it's 80 views on either YouTube or Twitch, and I will show off that, I'll show off the map. And if we hit 1,000 likes on YouTube, then I'll show off that big poster. Well, not big poster, it's fairly decent size, actually, to be honest. So, yeah. Alright. We'll be starting very soon. Just give me a moment to make sure everything is ship shape and ready to go. That's perfect. Okay. That's working. Alright, we're ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Now you all can hear what's going on my PlayStation. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so this is what I have so far for those of you on Twitch that haven't or can't look at the YouTube one, or just haven't. Either way, this is what I've done so far. For those of you on Twitch, you've seen it. You know for a fact that it was just that. It looked basically like that for both of them. And so I've done a whole lot on YouTube. I've basically done the entire beach except for what I'm about to do. And I've done the main outline for land. At least pretty much the main outline for land. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, so we'll start over this way. Have an outline on the beach, which I have on the map next to me. It's the other half. There's a little cliffside there. Let's avoid the cliffside. And we can start on the rest of the beach. Avoid the cliffside that's right there. There we go. We'll outline the beach. And I go outside of the beach first, and I can outline the inside of the beach. Looking good so far. Okay. There we go. I think the outline of it so far has turned out very well. And the next layer on the dirt side will actually be one more layer of dirt, and then a layer of grass. Because so far we have the seabed, the seafloor right there. I think that's actually seafloor, and then this seabed, yeah. And this is where the water will touch. And right here's where, right there, pretty much is where the water will end. So the rest is just beach. So actually, we can start on the grass first. The grass first, and then we can start on, like this is the beach layer. Then we can start on the layer of grass for the main island, the inside, aka the jungle space. Alright, yep, there we go. Looking very good. There we go. Still something here real quick. Yeah. Here. Good so far. And what I said on the YouTube live stream earlier is you want to layer, them to where it's not repetitive, but it's not the same exact thing. I could have done something here. Actually, I did right here. Anyway, so what you have to do kind of is make it like that. Could use one right there. You want to layer it to where it's not the same, it's not totally different either. Because you want it to, have that nice even amount of same versus different. Like this is the same, underneath that, so it's a little different. There we go. You don't want to be too repetitive. You don't want to have them too. What's the word? You don't want to have them too counteractive. I think counteractive is the word. Either way, you don't want to have them too distant. That's the word I'm looking for. You don't want to have them too distant from each other either. That's the right. As you know, it's like so. That. Right there. There we go. How do y'all think it's looking? I think it's looking very good. So far, at least. Yes, that's what I think. I think it's looking very good so far. I just want, another opinion. Another opinion. don't be shy to ask questions or like say anything. Just don't be, because it helps me with the engagement. Like helps me to understand that people, like actually like my work, and you get a response out of me in return. I'm not just gonna sit here like a zombie the whole time. That would not be good on my part. And that is why I need everyone to at least, say hi, that sort of thing. Just like a zombie on screen. just sitting there like, that would not be very good. The best thing is for me, the best thing would be is to have at least one person, more than likely two, but one person talking in the chat as well. It's not just because I'm like, so I don't want to just be like here, like this, and build this, like that, and be adding things and just, not talking in them. That sort of thing. Give me 1 second. It's 5:30, and I have my, there we go. I have a little, almost like a Siri in a way, but it's actually for Google type of stuff. Goes off at like 12:30 and 5:30. Just, for me to know my tasks for the day, so on and so forth. Just I'm already doing my tasks for the day. That sort of thing. Right. This is what I'm talking about. I did this a little too repetitively. Oh no, that. There we go. Actually, probably should have left that like that. It's better. You say I did that a little too repetitively, and therefore it didn't look as good as this is. Yeah. This is what I was talking about. This part will just be some beach, and that's why. Yeah. Kind of looks like that. Like a jigsaw puzzle right now, so I'm carbonize a little bit because it's supposed to look like a bit of a pointed edge like that. There we go. It's supposed to have a little bit of a pointed edge, like so. There. And then that much is beach. And it's like that. We'll have some grass for the starting layer of it. Like so. And make it look like a pointed edge. Like so. Make it look like a dagger tip in there. So let's do that. Yes. So when I start placing when I start placing the grass, and this is basically what it look like. I'll add some like grass here and there, some other things to texture it. But that's pretty much what it's just gonna look like for now. Like that golf turf type of stuff. Honestly, it's kind of funny. Here, drift a little bit. just yelling at. I have my phone here, just to view the chat while because I'm focused on, because I'm focused on the game, so I can't really, I had to look at both screens. Other than that, I'd have to pause the game for a second. So, yeah, that's why I'm looking here sometimes. Like here on this side of me and straight forward. That's why you'll see me doing that. That's far. And the corner here. That's what the beach will look like. This right here, this side, like this height, right to there. Uh, that's where, technically, right here is where the water will end. This is, actually, no, this is where the water will end. Sometimes this is like beach where you can stand on, you can walk, that sort of thing. And then this is the second layer of beach that separates the beach from the land, basically. I forget what that is called sometimes, so correct me on that if I'm wrong. Well, correct me on the name if I'm wrong. I know it's what separates the beach from the land. I just forget what I just kind of forgot what it's called. I think what it's generally called. This will be the beach. Spring from land will beef up this area a little more. Because that's just forms of. Just gonna add more lines on. Add just a little bit of an extra layer so it's not, like this skinny layer of beach, a skinny layer of sand for the beach. It's like when Anakin says it's about the sand. Like I hate it. It's everywhere. That sort of thing. Wait until he learns that there's a Sandman. Like in Marvel. Those two met, would be an all-out war pretty much. Like honestly, it would be an all-out war if the Spider-Man villain or Sandman, rather if the Marvel villain, Sandman, met Anakin Skywalker. Be an all-out war. And Sandman. And so, this actually, in fact. Oh great, now the dirt's turning into grass, slightly. I don't know how that's possible, but oh well. It's probably because there's grass, yep. Because I've added grass finally. This dirt is starting to turn into grass. That's interesting. No, I could do that. Interesting. And slightly creepy. Oh well. I'll turn back into dirt as soon as I add this second layer here that I nearly forgot to do. Mm-hmm. It was not really good. That's why this yes. So on the side I need to trim that down the size. Oops. Right. And I guess two go that way, two go that way, and then okay. To make sure it was even. Otherwise I'd have to start that area all over again. Not like all over again, we'd have to fix it basically is what I'd have to do. There we go. I'm just adding an extra layer of like sand so it doesn't look just like that with grass in between. What the heck was that? Strange. Anyway, there it is again. No idea what that is. Like a weird looking man in the distance. Anyway. Now do the inner layer of a beach. After I finish doing the outer layer. Yeah, after I finish doing the outer layer of this beach, then we can do, well, we can finish more like it, the inner layer. And I'll just do some dirt and add some sand and make it look like to walk on fully instead of not fully. There we go. I need spaces for people to walk on. Perfect. Okay. It's not a hassle so much as frustrating at times or repetitive. But a good number of the time it's not that repetitive, so I'm glad that it's not. Just put a layer of grass right here. Show that the cliffside, well, I might have to do stone actually. Yeah, I'll just replace this with stone, but I'll outline the cliffside. No, because it'll be a grass. Okay, yeah. So I'll just outline this cliffside. Oops, that's not part of the cliffside. I was like, outline cliffside with grass. There we go. Oh, it's kind of blending into the background like that. Interesting. All the dirt's gonna start turning into grass. Oh, my hard work. Just That's funny. That's too funny. It's like, oh, my hard work. Anyway. Let's for the beach area and let's fill this beachside area in. Yeah, it's looking like a cliff, alright. Find it hilarious. I have a character named Clifton and I'm working on Cliff. Hilarious stuff. Never heard that one before. Slightly. Either way. Alright, and if you guys are wondering why there's no live chat that way, the reason, the reason is, well, let's put it this way. I haven't, I need to figure out how to, the heck was that? I'm like moving a little. Anyway, what I need to figure out is how to combine the Twitch chat with the YouTube chat, or at least I know how. I'm just gonna do that next stream, because right now we're in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of the stream with you guys, so can't really do it now, can I? And that's okay, because it'll look nicer in either next stream. So it's okay. I'll manage. That I will. Let's beef up this side. Beef it up, It's like this is so skinny. You know? Yeah, let's just beef this up. Yeah, let's just beef it up. Like, it's so skinny. Oh, it's so skinny. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Anyway, anyway. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Oh, missed a square. Wrong square. Ah, that's looking nice. Y'all are gonna love what it's gonna look like in the end. Or what it's gonna look like when it's finished. If you know what I mean. You all are gonna love this. Trust me. Get back to here. Make sure you don't lose anything without me. Okay. Anyway, beef up this side of the beach, you know. This done. And then, like I said before, we can move on to the rest of the iron. You stay in here. Yes, I do. Give me 1 second, you guys. And we are back. And there we go. Alright, let's get back to building, shall we? Yes, we should. Okay. And yes, we are back to building. Yay. There we go. Anyway, let's take a small break there. We'll continue.
You said
building.
that you wanted to finish with this, right?
Yeah, look at this. I have basically the second, because here is where, so right here is where the water will start, right there where I placed that sand. Then you can walk all across this layer and the second layer. So what I have done, everyone, whoops, there we go. What I have done is basically, just real quick, what I have done is the entirety of the water layer and the first, pretty much the first layer of sand. Now what I need to do is just fill in that second layer of beach. And then I can start on the jungle. For some reason, this was all just plain dirt before, right? So now we got grass growing because I placed some grass here and there. So first, but I don't have to do it at this point. I don't mind it so long as it turns back into dirt, which it will eventually. Anyway, whoops. Here we go. Saw a weird man in the distance over there. Strange and not you. No, not you. There's literally a weird man in the distance. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe. Could be he who we should never say his name of, the Brian. The Brian. His name is. The legends will know who I'm talking about. Ooh. Yeah, anyway. Either way, don't know what was over there. Those mobs can't spawn in here. So turn that off. Either way, let's get back to building. Build this out. Build this out more. This way we can have a layer of beach to walk on. I feel like Ken from the Barbie movie. Just my job is beach. Like honestly, that's how I feel.
Beach.
And that's honestly how I feel right now. That's how I feel right now. My job is beach, in which I actually have something to do, and that's placing, the beach down. Whereas his job was just literally beach. It was just known as beach. Whatever the heck that is. Either way, we can continue building here. Nope. And we'll fill this in when I'm done making the main layer, the beach. And then I will zoom out and show all of you, you know, zoom out and show you all how it looks in the end. We'll do this, and we'll fly around it too. Nonetheless, it is almost entirely done. There's only one of, let me count it up quick. And some of these are split in, because I'm splitting the islands into sections. This is one section. That'll be, well, this is 0.1 section. That island will be the whole, like, once I finish that island, then the section will be complete. So right now I have 0.1 section almost done. Out of 7. Which isn't actually that bad. And it isn't actually that bad. So yeah, currently this is 0.1 section, which isn't at 0.1 of a section. Which, to be honest, isn't that bad, It really isn't. Because once I get this one done, I know exactly what to do for the next one. Things will go by swimmingly. It'll just go by much faster.
No, you just gotta plant like a bunch of tree saplings for like for this.
Alright. So I had my friend in the background, he's asking me a question. Um, anyway, back to what I was doing is placing beach down. My job, beach. So that looks weird. Okay, that was trippy. Anyway, what? Ooh, what is that? What is going on? Okay, there we go. Ah, yes, classic stick. Have to get that fixed at some point. What is going on? What's the matter with you?